Jakobi Meyers. It's still a story, man. He's still a story, and it's fucking annoying this close to the season. It really, really is. Here's where you are at the impasse of Jakobi Meyers. You've got a guy who, a week and a half out from the start of a new NFL season, asks for a trade. You come in, and the reality of what you are carrying on wide receivers on your depth chart is 5. You've got Brock Bowers, so that's kind of, he's a hybrid wide receiver tight end. He fits in that mix, but you're only keeping 3 tight ends too, which is what they normally keep. So they're not keeping any extra tight ends to make up for the lack of this guy possibly dipping the fuck out. So here's where you're really at with Jakobi. If you don't sign him to an extension, you hold Jakobi is not a commodity for you as a franchise at the end of the season because of the way he's forced this. He's going to be an unrestricted free agent. You could franchise tag him, but would you really waste a franchise tag on Jakobi Meyers? I mean, I suppose you could if it's for principle and, you just... But then you start to get to the point where you force these guys' hands, and are you going to get the best out of them? They're disgruntled now. They want to be done. They want to move on with their career, and you're holding them back. I mean, you saw what happened with the fractured relationship with the Cowboys and Micah Parsons. At some point with these Gen Z athletes, you just can't repair it if they get butthurt. So if you don't trade him before the season, you risk just letting him play the season out and you get absolutely nothing for him. If you trade him before the season, can you get some wide receiver talent back and some draft capital? Can you get something for him that you're not just giving him away for free? Or do you just bite the bullet and sign this disgruntled guy that a week and a half before the start of the season wants to force your franchise's hands? Do you just bow down and sign the give him an extension and pay him? Man, I don't know. If this guy's on your team and he's trying to hold the franchise hostage days before the start of a season, is he really about it with you guys as a cohesive unit going into this season? Is he ready to live and die on the field with you guys? I don't know, man. This is such a me move. To me, Renfrow has signed with Carolina. Renfrow's off. Renfrow's off the table. I know everybody Renfrow was an exciting story, but, Renfrow did get picked back up by Carolina. So, that's done. There's no reclamation project there. To me, I think you got to deal him. I think you got to deal him, see what you can get in the waning hours where teams are really trying to make a move, teams are desperate, see what you can get. I got a feeling that's why you brought in Amari Cooper. Thornton Jr. is already slated as one of your number 1 or number 2 wide receivers. You could easily slide Cooper up, slide Thornton up, slide Cooper in the 2 spot. You're rocking with Trey Tucker. You got Besh. And you go out and you find somebody else out there who's going to be cut, who's going to be released on waivers. I mean, there are guys out there. I don't know. It just, I hate this tactic. I think this is something that should be handled way earlier in the process, way earlier in training camp, OTAs. If you're going to draw the line in the fucking sand, I just think you've got 2 options with Jakobi. You don't let him play the contract now because he's already once out. So you're not going to be able to negotiate and bring him back at the end of the season, or he's going to fleece you. And he's not worth that cheddar. He's just not. He's 2 talent. He's number 2 talent. He wants paid like a number 1. So I think you got 1 of 2 options. You got to bow down to the tactics of the receiver and his agent and cut him his fucking extension. Make him fucking happy going into week 1. You know, and hope everything fixes itself. That's option A. Option B is you trade his ass. And to me, I think that's the best option. Because if you're coming out this close to the season and trying to hold the team hostage, the franchise hostage, knowing that they've put you in the number 1 quarterback position, that there's a lot of stock put in you for this season, you're not number 1 talent. You're a great number 2 wide receiver. You're a great NFL wide receiver, but you are not number 1 wide receiver talent. And you want to be paid like that. Right now, you are being paid like you are number 1 talent. I just don't like this tactic. And I think you got to trade him. I think you got to trade him, see what you can get,